On. Hello.
Hello.
How is everybody?
Yes, how is everyone? We've missed you.
We have
Billy
missed you
thinks I'm
all.
speaking to him, but of course, it's not about you, honey. Oh my goodness, it's been
We
a
have
while, hasn't
definitely
it?
missed everyone.
Hey, yeah. Um, oh, hold on, I'm hearing an echo. Are you hearing an echo, Don?
No, I am not.
Oh, okay. It's my fault. I had YouTube open. Okay,
All
so
right, we're all
today what
good.
we wanted to do, without further ado, we wanted to take some live questions from you guys. So we already have a viewer who wants to ask some questions, and she's waiting in the StreamYard. So I'll
Well,
post the link in the comments if
let's
you'd like
go.
to
You
join
want to
as
start
well.
and go and do a little recap
You know
of?
what? Take it away. I'd
Okay.
love that.
So, we are going through, and there are some people that haven't heard of Heidi Plank. I believe it's new to you, and I'm okay. I believe it's new to you, but if not, you know Heidi, and hopefully you know we're keeping her name alive. We're doing our best. And Heidi Plank went missing October 17th after leaving her son's football game in Downey. Her son's name is Bond. She uh, she left about 4:30, between 3:30 and 4:30. Her ex-husband Jim Wayne mentioned that she had her dog with her, and that at halftime she uh, received a call and quickly left the game. He also states that she was antsy during the game, which was unusual for her. So about 6:22, what we what we or believe we what we believe is, we're not saying it's 100%. Nothing in this case is 100%. But we believe that a CCTV camera adjacent in a building adjacent to the Hope and Flower caught Heidi and Seven, her dog, walking down the alley, and that's the last time anybody had seen or heard from Heidi. Although her dog was found in that building on the 29th floor by some residents. The residents alerted the Ani staff. Ani is the owner of the building, that they had found a dog. So they sent a mass email out to all the residents, and when they didn't hear back, they held on to the dog until they went to the vet, is what they have said, and to have the chip read. So a week goes by, and Heidi's ex-husband Jim got the message on Heidi's phone, which he received from Heidi's friend Danielle, who went into her home to do a wellness check the day after she went missing. And the message stated that they had the dog. So he and one of Heidi's friends picked up the dog, and then here we are. Since then, we have been investigating Heidi's disappearance. Many facets. Heidi's had many facets. She was of life that was connected to. Whether she knows or she knew or not, we don't know. She worked for someone named Jason Sugarman, who at that time was a partner in Camden Capital Partners, Camden Capital, which is located in Los Angeles. And he, oh, go ahead, Mo, if you want to finish.
No, I was just laughing because Camden Capital and Camden Capital
Camden,
Partners are
that,
technically two different businesses, but they
but they're
come from the
not.
same person. They're
Yeah.
not. It's kind of like, um, I don't know, different branches of the same company.
It's,
Um,
yeah,
yeah.
there are several branches of it. It's, the whole case has been quite interesting, quite confusing. We've gone down more rabbit holes than we know what to do with. But we found a lot of information, not just about Heidi, but the connections that she had, or that the people that surrounded her were very dangerous and corrupt. And whether this had anything to do with Heidi going missing, we still don't know. There's a very good possibility, but we're not sure. But anyway, that's a quick recap of Heidi Plank's disappearance. And so anybody else who's following us knows the in-depth detail in which Heidi was dealing with at the time of her disappearance, which would be the corporations that she had in her name, and the people that she was around, as well as the family dynamics, her ex-husband, her child, and how that all factored into her life at the time. Yeah, there's the recap. Just in case, if nobody had, there are some people that I've heard from that hadn't heard, didn't know who Heidi Plank was. So
I can imagine anyone who's never heard of Heidi Plank and just decides to click on one of our YouTube videos is like, what? Who is Sugarman? What? So I get it. It's very confusing. Feel free to ask questions, and you can do that live today. So even if you have questions that we've answered in the past, we're totally open to rehashing some of those, things that we've discovered. Because we need to keep this alive, okay? So this is part of the reason why we're continuing to stream, albeit less often, because the police have stopped sharing information. But we have reason to believe that they're still investigating, though I just think it's really important that the community, as well as us and everybody else, keeps on putting pressure on the police to continue doing their work, because I want to believe in them. I want to believe in the police.
It's hard, though, sometimes.
It is.
Before we start, though, can we cover, because there are other people watching, so we have another case that we've been working on. Can I just tell about Deandra's case? So,
yeah, let's briefly go through that, and then
we can move on
at the end. Heidi. We can also move on. And I'm just I'm aware that we have some people waiting in StreamYard to join and ask their questions. So
okay.
Let's talk about the other cases
real quick. Yeah, so we are also working on another case in downtown LA. A young woman. She actually is 33. Her name is Deandra Alexis Carball. And did I put the link in there for you? For her missing persons flyer? This is Deandra. So I thought I had put it in there, but maybe not.
Oh, no.
All right, so that's Deandra.
Mm-hmm.
And
we'll share more information in the comments and in the description after we end the stream.
Okay. So Deandra Alexis Carball is 33 years old. She has brown hair, brown eyes. Last seen wearing a gray t-shirt, black stretch pants. She had a routine of going to her mom's home in West LA at least once a month and checking in regularly by phone with family, friends. And if you have seen Deandra or know anything about her disappearance, please contact the LAPD or email us here at our email, which is in the comments, which is below. Mm-hmm. Her family has crucial information that needs to get to Deandra. I don't want to disclose that in case she is watching or someone else is watching. It's very, very important and urgent and time-sensitive information that needs to get to her. She's been missing since January 6th. She was last seen in downtown LA at the Macy's. And she had a run-in with the LAPD at Macy's on the night of the 6th of January. Although she was let go and cleared of all charges, she has not been seen since then. And her mother and cousin Jamie and the rest of her family have been very, very concerned and have information that she needs. I went down with her mom, Kim, to the LAPD West Wilshire Division, and we went and filed a police report for a missing person because she went there twice by herself and they turned her away. So, number one, this should not be that difficult to file a missing persons report for a loved one. That is a major issue. I understand that there are things that they have to, that there are aspects to it where they have to, that qualify them as a quote missing persons. But to be turned away twice and then given fake information one of the times, which really upset me. So I drove up there and went ourselves, and we had it done. So she's now in the missing persons bank, and you can access her. And we will post again. Here is the missing persons sign. I can't believe I didn't put the link in there, but
yeah, we'll post it. Feel free to print it and post it wherever you can. Share it on different Facebook groups. The mom is really desperate to find her daughter, as you can imagine. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, and that's about it.
Okay, well, we have lovely Suzanne waiting. So I'll post the StreamYard link again. Actually, I just did. So feel free to click that. If you do call in, please just keep the StreamYard tab open. Don't keep the YouTube tab open. It'll make you have a lot of echo, and it's, at least for someone like me, extremely distracting. And that's exactly what I did in the beginning of the stream. So don't make the same mistake I did. So I'm going to add Suzanne. So she wants to ask a question. Suzanne, is it Susan or Suzanne?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
We can.
Can you hear us?
Oh, I didn't know. I was just listening to you guys. I think you guys are wonderful. With Heidi, did any more information come up since the last that you posted?
Yeah, I mean, we've had lots. So nothing has come up publicly. I will say that. Everyone's pretty much gone silent. We can only imagine the police just want this to quietly go away, because they haven't even confirmed that the landfill search has ended, though we know for sure that it has. So I'm really not sure. I'm just going to put it. Oh, no, I don't want that view. Yeah, so I mean, in terms of new information, it's really just us deep diving on new companies that we found, new people that we've discovered, verifying certain information. Exactly, Heidi's associates. And some of the things that we're doing now that we have so much more information is going back through the information that we started out with and seeing, oh, do we recognize his name? Are they friends with her on Facebook? We're really digging in from a granular standpoint. But there's a lot of it that, because we haven't been able to verify just yet, or don't know their connection, if there is one to the case, that we can't share publicly just yet. But once we can, we certainly will. I'm trying to think if there's anything that we can verify.
Like the Hope and Flower. Is there any new information coming out of there? I live in Delaware. I don't really know Los Angeles.
So Hope and Flower, we were told by a few people that actually live there, that the police have been back there. They were asking the same questions. No new questions, no new information that they did reveal. And the same questions that they asked, and the same people that they asked previously. So I guess you could say no new information from the LAPD at least. And we are hoping to change that in the near future, but.
Okay, can I ask you one more question?
Sure.
Okay. The person on the 28th or the 29th floor who found that dog, have they ever been looked into?
Well, we know that they apparently have spoken to the police and have been very upfront with the police.
Oh, wait, you're getting all staticky for some reason.
Oh, am I staticky for you, Dawn?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Can you hear me okay?
No.
Oh, Well, that's too
Oh,
bad.
no.
Maybe you can review the live after after we're done and hear my
no.
answer. But so we don't know the identity of the people who have found the dog. We're getting two
Okay.
different answers. So one person, like a VPN email secret person, says that it was an associate of theirs, one person who found the dog, but then we've heard that it's two people who had the dog and that a woman was the one who gave the dog to Jim. So we're getting conflicting information there. We haven't been able to verify, but to answer your question, we don't know the names of the dog people.
Early on in the case, I know that there was, and it doesn't seem to be anywhere anymore. But I had seen an interview with the people who say they found the dog, and it was a couple. Whether that is really who found the dog or not, we're not sure. But that video, or that interview, and it was a live news video, is gone. We can't find it. So it seems to be a piece of information that's disappeared from the internet, similar to lots of other pieces of information.
On another, I don't even know what you call these platforms or whatever. There was Heidi and her dog walking, and these people, or this group of girls, said that it wasn't behind the Hope and Flower where she was walking her dog. It was down the street, and they could tell because of the background. Did you ever see that or hear that?
Correct. It was the building adjacent to the Hope and Flower.
Okay, it was,
So,
because she was
yes.
saying no, because look, if there's a yellow line and there's not the, but I wasn't sure if that was ever looked into. Was that really her walking down the back of that alley by the Hope and
don't
Flower,
know.
or was it
We
down the
don't know.
street?
We
don't
don't
know.
know. Yeah, I
think
mean,
the only person that knows that is Heidi. It may have been her, maybe not on that date. I mean, we don't know. This is what's been reported, and that's what we have to go on. There are personal opinions. I'm not personally.
we
but
just
that's
question
my
the integrity of
personal
the
opinion.
video. Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, right away, we had a whole, broadcast about, like, this number's flipping, this doesn't seem right, this is the wrong time, why is it dark, why is it light? So we have a lot of questions about the validity of that video, but unfortunately, to Dawn's point, we can't really verify it. I think, yeah, like she said, the only person who would know if it's Heidi and Seven is Heidi. Okay, well, we're going to move on
Thank you,
to
Suzanne.
another
Thank
person who's
you.
called. Thank you so much for calling in and for your kind words. That is so nice. We
Oh
get so
yeah,
much
you girls,
backlash.
I follow you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Look
We
who it
have
is.
Mr. Astro.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good. How are you? I'm curious to know what
Excellent.
your questions are.
Oh, me too.
All right, so my question, I guess, would be, I only know a small portion of what you guys have been looking at and poring over, and just wondering if you have a sense of prioritizing, some of the information, the persons of interest, over the last couple of weeks, just things that other people tuning in, other people that have watched all your shows, and some of the things that we've talked about offline. And it's been a little while since we've caught up. If there's anything in particular that you would say is high priority, and maybe new information that you're working on, that would be, I guess, number one. Priority, hot stuff.
Yeah, I
think
mean, it's
the
hard
way
to
answer hot stuff. It would be we probably can't talk about sensitive information yet, but that's just the hot stuff.
Yeah, I will say, for those who have followed very closely, there are some people we've needed to remove from our lives because they were very angry about us even mentioning anything related to them. So the people who are aggressively reacting to this type of thing are the people that we're focusing on. So, you know, so we'll talk to you offline, and yeah, we can chat a little more about that. But right now, what we're doing is we're really, as I said to Suzanne, is going through the LLCs that we saw from the beginning and reviewing to see if anything's changed from a business standpoint, because we are finding that the names are changing on like who's the agent, who's the manager, and then some aren't. Some are remaining Heidi Planks under Heidi Plank's name, registered to her address, which is, you know, soon, like her house is up for sale, for example. So that's going to change soon. So we're curious to know how that's going to change, if it's going to change. I'm trying to think of anything else we can publicly say.
How about any change in the tone coming from friends and family that have been more approachable and more open to talking to you guys, if that's changed at all? I know there's been no update from law enforcement, but anything like that where people that have kind of closed off or opened up, any change in communication from folks?
Yeah,
that
I mean,
that you can talk about.
Yeah, we've had some. We have some text with Jim. So we're really looking forward to speaking with him. He's got a whole range of things we'll talk about in a little bit that he's doing right now, so we don't want to overload him. But we officially introduced ourselves through text. We were going to call, but not everyone likes a call right away. So we thought we'd just gently introduce the idea, but just essentially saying, we have a lot of information that we'd like to share. We don't know how much you know. So let's
information
let's
has
figure
been
out a
passed
time
to Jim as well through somebody, so through a close somebody close to the case. So but he seems to be a little more open to things, and like Mo said, we'll be talking about that a little later. So we'll give you a little more detail on Jim and what his status is right now. But we hope to sit down with him very soon. We're looking forward to meeting with him soon.
And I just remembered, there was remember that person that left a Yelp review that I reached out to, and then we chatted for a while, and then they talked to their attorney and decided not to continue talking. I don't know if anyone else who's been following us closely remembers that conversation. I removed their name from everything so that no one would be able to figure out who it was, because I wanted to respect their privacy. But such a serendipitous meeting. Dawn was downtown,
unbelievable,
tending to the vigil, and I was sitting in the dentist's office waiting for my dental appointment, and I get a really excited call from Dawn saying, guess who I just met? It was that person that I had been texting with. And so
she actually called me out. I was putting a flyer up, and she stopped and said, oh, what are you missing something? And I said, a person. And which it was, I'm only giggling because she was so cute. And she said, wait a second, are you Dawn? And I said, I think so. Who are you?
Who are you?
And she continued to tell me who she was. And it was a very, like you said, serendipitous moment. And we will be middle of March.
Oh my gosh.
We will be privy to a lot more information and have the ability to actually speak and interview with certain people who are associated with the building and the experience with Heidi.
That are hopefully not violent.
Correct.
Fingers crossed.
Correct.
We won't go there alone. We'll have other people with us. It's going to be part of
We'll be
the
together.
Production. We'll be together. And I've taken a few kickboxing classes, so just watch out, everyone. I've never held a gun though, so I asked Dawn, I'm like, is LA
I'll take you shooting.
I'm like, no, I don't want to. But I was like, my vision as a Canadian of like Americans is like everyone has a gun with them at all times, like in the glove
So
compartment, like hidden in their pocket or whatever. I've never, I don't think, seen like a gun out in the wild, like just a person.
I don't think that's necessary. You're gonna be fine.
But that I know, and that was your answer to me. But I was like, should I be scared?
Yeah, it'll be good. I can't wait till you come out and we're together and we can really just hop on this whole case and get it. Yeah. So, and if you guys don't know, Mo is coming out to California, and we are going to be spending quite a bit of time together, and also filming the documentary that we've been talking about, which we are really excited about. And I think that Heidi's story is definitely one that needs to be told, and we'll do it the right way. And Bond will be very, very proud of his mom and her. I'm sure he already is, but proud of her story, which is the least we can do.
Are you able to say who the production company is that you're working with, or where this is going to be?
It's
No.
we're allowed to say a major production document. No,
We are not allowed to say.
But we are not allowed to yet. But yeah, you probably know who they are. But we are bound by secrecy for the moment. But you will get a chance to be able to watch it. Trust me.
How's that for a teaser?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we'll connect with you sometime this week.
Yes.
So we can talk a little more.
Great.
All right.
Look forward
Yeah.
to it. All right, carry on.
Us
No more
too.
questions.
Thank you.
All right.
Good
See you
hearing
later.
from you.
Oh, look who just joined.
Oh, look who it is.
Ollie, you look so good. Did you get your hair done?
Oh, thank you.
Our
I did my
amazing
own
mom.
hair
Oh my gosh.
because I have extremely thick hair, so
That's what I did today.
If
I
I
straightened
go
mine, but then I put it
to-
up.
this is just the slickness from the dye conditioner. Literally just did it 2 days
You
ago.
look
Wow, it looks great.
I need to shower tonight and get it.
I straightened
Let out a
mine and look
little
how
more.
fluffy it still is. I can't win. How are you?
I wouldn't even bother. I'm good. I just I was actually trying to pop in so I could like hang out in the background and learn a little more about StreamYard. And I was
I
gonna
was like, oh my
message
gosh,
one of you and be
it's
like,
Allie.
"Don't throw me on right away. I'm just lurking."
I just got excited. Okay, we'll let you lurk and we'll answer some of the other questions that have come through.
Yes,
Yeah.
let everybody else talk. I'll pop back in
haven't
here
seen
on
you in
with
so
everybody
long.
at the end. But I'll be hanging out here with you guys in the background.
Great. Thank
Okay.
you so much for all you do, Ellie.
Okay.
That's our wonderful mod, Ellie.
We love her.
We do. So, here's one.
Yeah. Are
Go for it.
Ellie still searching the landfill? No. The answer is
they
no.
are not.
They have not announced that, but we know from 2 separate sources that they indeed have stopped. So again, this is another reason why we believe that, or at least I believe, that the Los Angeles Police Department is just hoping that if they don't talk about anything, this will go away. It ain't gonna go away.
It's not going away.
No.
And, yeah.
Want to take this one?
Sure, I would love to take that one. I would love to take that one. Yes, we hope. We are awaiting word as we speak as to the status of today's events. As far as, well, so I'll do a little petition update, actually. I
that's
think
a
I
nice
have the
one.
link there too.
You do. Do you want me to put it up?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll just actually, we can go over that right now. Thanks for your
Yeah,
question, Sarah. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm going to share my screen. I feel like everyone who ever shares a screen always does this type of thing.
I know.
Well, we'll wait until we share a screen. Okay. I'm going to do a Chrome tab. Okay. There she is. I'm going to
I
zoom
wanna
in a
thank-
little.
Yeah. Thank everybody who signed this petition. We had, what is it, 200?
201. 201.
201, which is absolutely amazing. And we really appreciate it. We're going to actually do our best to take this further and really keep it going, because I think that other families are in the same position. If they have their missing loved one, leaves them in the same position. So thank you very, very much, everybody who shared it. PB&J, thank you for sharing it, and everybody for signing it. 200 people. I think we had
It's pretty amazing.
so many people read that, and it's just touches my heart. So Jim and Heidi's friend, they were finally able to get, Jim was finally able to get a court order to be the executor of her estate, as well as bonds, but he had to go to court to do it. So he got the letters necessary for him to go in and move things out, and that happened. That was supposed to happen today, and as of this morning, they had started. So I haven't heard an update, but we will have an update later tonight. I just got a message, so so we will get an update later tonight. Hopefully, it all went well. I'm praying, and I'm sure it did. But let's see. You want to show bonds conservatorship?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Great.
One sec. Let's see. Okay. I just do we want to remove any, maybe like information around how much they paid?
No, that's
No?
not private. No, that's a public record.
Okay. Okay, I'll share it.
Yay.
Let's do it. And here I go. Sharing. There it is. I'm going to zoom in for you all because I know it's very small on your screen. So this is February 17th.
Yes. So, you want me to read it?
Well, the nature of proceedings was the petition. The appointment of guardian of estate was filed on December 7th, initially by James Wayne. So that's Jim, obviously. And he had his attorney there. They all appeared via, I'm guessing this is video conference, whatever.
Because of COVID.
Yeah, nice. That's pretty awesome that they're doing that still. Anyway, the court finds that sufficient evidence has been provided to grant the matter on calendar the state based upon the reading of the moving papers and consideration of all presented evidence. Good cause has been found. The court dispenses with notice to any unnoticed parties, blah, blah, blah. It appoints the guardian of estate, Jim Wayne, and is granted. And he's also appointed the guardian of the estate of bond. He paid the court orders the guardian, so that's Jim, to post bond in the order of $56,000. And yeah, that's pretty much the appraisal of a non-cash property in the inventory shall be made by a probate referee authorized to serve by the state controller.
And so that's all normal. Blah, blah. There's nothing significantly. Yeah, that's wonderful. That is good.
So I'm really glad that you're saying that, Dawn, because these are words.
It sounds like very like wow, but it's nothing. It's wonderful news. Mm-hmm. Nothing sounds out of order in that at all. And then the same thing happened with Heidi's. So I'm not sure if the other link works properly.
Yep, the other link is there. Oh no!
Okay,
no! That's not proper.
I don't know. It sent some like different language. I don't know what happened.
It's like HTML or something. Either way.
He also gained conservatorship of Heidi's estate as well. So he was able to go in. He now has the ability to go in and get everything, and I believe that happened today. So we will keep you updated and posted on that.
But that's great news. Imagine being Jim and Bond and just having to go through the court proceedings and waiting for everything to be granted and wondering whether or not they can actually get into her home, and a huge weight must be lifted. That's not to say all of it. Of course, there's still so much there,
but they might have some type of like little less drama for sure, and hopefully Bond will be able to have a tiny little bit of peace, knowing that things are progressing and getting a little better. I'm sure that it's got to be incredibly impossible for a child that age to have no answers, nothing regarding his mom. And I'm sure you all can understand that. We do know that regarding Bond, that he's been involved in school sports. Everybody's trying to keep him busy. Friends and family are really trying to keep him busy. But that he, on the other side of it, he's having a very, very difficult time. And the fact that they have no answers, I'm sure weighs on him every second of the day. But they're doing their best. He's got great support at home, amazing support from what we hear and see. So prayers, lots of prayers. Bond needs lots of prayers. And we're hoping that Jim, if you're out there listening, let's help. And
yeah, we have a lot of stuff we want to share with you.
Well, and this is all for Bond. As far as I'm concerned, it's all for Bond. This is, and you too, I know.
Well, I mean, to me, this is all for the people who genuinely care for Bond and Heidi, and we're always on the right side of this. Exactly. This is for them, Someone like Heidi is, from what we hear, an extremely rare person to exist. She lit up the room. It's kind of what you hear when
up the room.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah, that's right. We're still holding on. There's still a part of both of us that are holding on to hope that this is all, that some of what we heard just isn't true, and maybe she's safe somewhere. But I don't think it's healthy necessarily to hold on to that, but that's definitely something that we probably bring up every single day. Like, oh, wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we want to start with the questions we got via email?
Sure.
All right. Well, I'll hand you this one, the first one.
Okay.
So they were asking about whether the vigil is still there, if people are still tending to it.
All right. So this is, like you said, an email that we received. Thank you so much for your question. The vigil had been taken down for Super Bowl festivities. So they were taken down by the production that was there. I was there when they were taking down some of the flyers. And by the time we got there that day, I think it was the Thursday before the Super Bowl, and the production had taken down a lot of the flyers, and I had put one up right before I left, and found it when I was driving away. Saw it on the ground, so that it was cleared of all flyers, and there were no candles, there were no posters, there was nothing. She had been taken down and erased from that corner. So, of course, I stopped and put back more, put them in the alley, put them everywhere. I was trying to keep her presence, and I continue to keep her present in the public eye. And I went down last week, and I went down the week before that, the week after Super Bowl, and then again last week. Refreshed the flyers, and surprisingly, the last time I went, a lot of them were still up, which was nice. But no, there is no vigil anymore on the corner. I will have a conversation with someone that's close to her to see maybe if we want to go do that again. But I at this point, I think the flyers in the faces of people who might know something are there, and they will continue to be there.
Yeah, this is what it looks like. Just information. Of course, we have the police department first, but not everyone is comfortable calling the police. So if they want to email us instead, we will for sure pass on the information to people who will appropriately deal with the information.
Yep. And 120, we did highlight the address and put the flyer up right in front of the building, which is fine. We're allowed to do that. It's public property. And law enforcement has said that it is fine to do. So we have done that. and I will continue to do it every week
Good.
until answers
I come. And then we'll both do it.
Yes, that's right. So, yeah, no other friends have been down there to do anything, not even flyers. So, thank you for your question.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll give this one to you, Mo. What is Danielle saying? Also from an email.
Oh, nothing. Danielle is saying nothing. Not at least publicly. So she's, not been on any other news stories. We've heard nothing about that at all. Nothing from her directly even. But she did make attempts to enter Heidi's home and take possession of Heidi and Bond's property. And it was not a very amicable conversation from what we hear. We were not there. This is secondhand information, but we very much trust the person who gave us this information, and it's been verified by a couple different people. So, so nothing from Danielle. Yeah, that's that.
So to back that, let's go further with that one.
Were Heidi's friends questioned for possible information?
We believe so.
We hope so.
At the beginning, I believe at the beginning, of course, they were the ones in contact. Well, Jim was the one in contact with Ellie. The two other people who had been in contact with Ellie, I don't believe Ellie really wants to have contact with them anymore. And that those two people have been completely silent since then. Backing up what you said about Danielle. So she has said nothing, but her actions have spoken volumes. So she was one of the reasons Jim had such a hard time getting things from Heidi's home and Bond's things from Heidi's home. So we believe they were all questioned. We don't, of course, we're not law enforcement, but as far as we know, they were not. They gave the information, so questioned, probably lightly.
Yeah, we don't know how hard hitting these the questioning of the LAPD has been. It'd be nice to be a fly on the wall. I wish we could, but
I know, right?
It's an open investigation, so it is what it is, as they say.
Yes.
Maybe I'll move on to who was it? Someone else asked a question. This one. I want to give this one to you. Do you know if Heidi was dating or seeing someone other than her known boyfriend?
So, I know.
From the apartment complex.
Here's what we have heard. We've heard yes. We've heard yes from more than the person who, we've heard yes from more than Sabrina Peterson. And which helps. But we have no confirmation. We have checked out a few avenues that may be promising. Actually, as recently as today. So, we don't know. We think possibly.
So I will just, to qualify that, I will just say that Dawn and I are probably working anywhere from 3 to 8 hours a day on this case. At least.
Since I retired from being a paralegal, I've been working like 8 to 12. Mm-hmm. Like no joke. Like literally that much.
It's all consuming. The webs of companies and people and connections and power and politics. It's really unbelievable. So we don't know.
Working on the documentary too. So putting that all into some type of format that is
digestible.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
So
because it's so complicated, right? Like we don't know where. Like we get down these rabbit holes and we're like, whoa, wait. Is this connected directly to Heidi's disappearance, or are we just uncovering fraud?
Right.
And so there's been a lot of that. But yeah, to answer this quick question, no, they didn't find her. I'll take the next one. So we got this question. How about the Maz lady? I haven't heard
You
from her in the
take
news.
that one. I didn't know at first what they meant, so
I know, so
yeah. Thank you for explaining that to me. That's
yeah.
Go
So
go for it.
that is how she's described
With
by people just online. The Maz lady. It just refers to her having a Maserati. This is the person that hit Dawn. We're not going to speak to her about her by name, but if you
But
guys
you
have
guys
been
all know
following,
who it
you
is.
know exactly who we're talking about. Yeah, no, we haven't heard from her directly. We know from a good source that she's moved out of the Hope and Flower and is in hiding. That's
Bless you.
sorry.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't know what to do because I didn't want to sneeze into here.
Okay,
It's
you're
not
right.
COVID, I promise. It's just a tickle.
If it is, it's just you there. So
Oh man.
I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
right.
That was a
I
joke.
don't see anyone. But I did get COVID without seeing
It's
anyone,
juice,
which is
by the way.
weird. Oh, that's juice.
Just wanted to let you guys know in case you were wondering.
Oh my gosh, we had
Straight
people.
up V8.
Oh my
fruit-
gosh.
Fruit juice.
Okay, I just want to explain that a little bit because on one of our like really early streams, Dawn had juice in a wine glass and she took a
It was
sip
a
right before
tumbler.
we
It's
started.
not. Yeah.
Whatever, like who, but and then someone messaged us or like someone online, I can't remember where it was, but they were like, she's a drunk, like you can see her like slugging back wine. We're like, huh?
What the
Anyway,
hell are you talking about?
we're like, what? Anyway, these are just
So
the
I
types
don't
of
know if you
comments that we
watch
get.
us. Yeah, it's oh gosh, YouTube is something else, man.
Yeah, but Maz lady, just to bring it back to the question, yeah, she's in hiding. She is still very active on social media. She seems to be in great spirits. That's all I'll say. Allergies from the cat behind me. No! I don't have a cat. I used to have a cat because I thought it was an animal that I'd like and I was allowed to have in university, and turns out I don't really like cats. His name was Lou, and he's lovely, and he's living his best life. But no, I have 2 dogs, and I have no allergies.
I have tons of them, so I'll give you some of mine when you come out.
That's okay. Thanks, though.
So here, I just wanted to address this comment quickly. So hi, and I'm so happy that you made it. I was really hoping you'd make this stream. If you know what, let's see, I will try. I'll get her link in a second, and I will drop it into the chat. But she has an amazing channel. I also feel that that's a possibility. Incredibly disappointed as well as her family and friends. I do know that people close to her, several people close to her that we are in contact with, are fed up. I mean, they are at the point where they've waited, they've been quiet, they've been understanding, and still nothing. We haven't streamed in quite some time, so public interest, to be honest, is really not there. They've had a lot of time, and so I'm not sure really. So public interest to die down to do what? To talk about it, to erase it. There has been very little public interest in the last couple weeks, and they still don't share any information with close friends or family. So that's concerning.
Yeah, I think the last friends and family heard was that they stopped the police search at the landfill, right?
Yes.
Oh, and thank you so much.
That was January 6th, was it? Thank you.
It was shortly after Christmas.
Very, very early January. And we're now at March. So tomorrow will be at March. It's one thing not releasing anything publicly, but to people who are involved, like closely involved in that sense.
Yeah, who have
Not
been
okay.
actively told not to hire a
Yes.
private investigator, actively told not to, do any of their own
That's
work. It just
concerning.
seems very odd. But yeah. Do you think there's a particular reason why it's getting so little coverage?
I do.
What do you think?
I think I have very strong opinions on that. You know,
Do
I
we
do.
want to talk about that? Well, we can imagine why. Why wouldn't they want this to be a public thing? Why in the world?
Well, I have very strong feelings on this. I believe that regardless of whether it has to do with her disappearance or not, and that's me being completely objective because we don't know. We can only speculate based on research, which is hypothesizing, but not speculating, but hypothesizing. But this, I speculate that Heidi's life, the people that surrounded her business aspect of her life, are very prominent, very corrupt, and very important people and wealthy people. And I believe wholeheartedly that the reason they are not either being public about it, or if that's the case, working on finding answers, or her, I believe wholeheartedly that it has to do with money. And it has to do with political aspects of her job. I'm not saying that that's why she's missing. We don't know yet. Definitely a possibility. But I think that's why there's been silence. Because it brings way too much attention to a lot of corruption that happens in the city of Los Angeles, California. Which we have uncovered, by the way.
Oh, yes. Serge. Do you mean your father? Or is that another father? Had two bouncers working for him. Yeah, she was a controller. That was her title for.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's very interesting because don't you live in Canada, Serge?
If it's in Vancouver, I swear.
Or I know, maybe not Canada, but I do know that and that's interesting. You know what, Serge? Later on, why don't we DM a little bit? Because we've come really far from where we were before, and I'd love to hear that story.
Montreal.
Yeah, Montreal.
We can speak French if you want. I'll just translate for Don.
Serge is great. He has his own channel too.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, let's talk. I mean, and this goes for anyone. If anyone wants to speak a little deeper about certain subjects, feel free to email us. There's just not. It's not. We can't share everything publicly due to the integrity of the investigation or whatever's left of it.
Actually, he's on our team, so like in Discord, we'd be happy to talk with you.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think perhaps the media are afraid, or it's more likely they've been paid not to make it public? I don't think the media's been paid. But I don't know.
The media won't report without verified information from law enforcement. Usually. Yeah, I don't mean to laugh about that, but it's so ridiculous that it's. I mean, I would say that before we started investigating this case, and now that's just a ridiculous statement to not even acknowledge it that when you live here. I mean, it's just unreal. The corruption that's happened all the way up to, we'll talk about that in a little bit, all the way up to the top is ridiculous.
The next question we have is is Danielle confident that Ellie is working this hard? That was exactly how the question was posed.
Yeah. You can go ahead and take that one. I have nothing to say.
Well, we have
Danielle.
not talked to her.
I'm not nothing to say about Danielle. That's not going to get me.
Literally, no one has said Ellie is working hard. Like
Nobody has said that.
I've spoken to exactly 0 people who have been like, yeah, Ellie is like on top of this. They are absolutely doing their best. I have not seen evidence of that. It's possible, but I don't know. I don't know why they would announce that they're excavating a landfill and then not announce that it's finished. I would imagine they just want this to go away, and they're like, no one's asking, so I may not, like, I just won't update anything. But yeah, I mean, everyone we've spoken to are extremely frustrated that Los Angeles Police Department is not really doing anything, or they at least publicly don't seem to be, which is why, like, we've been told by several people, like, you guys have to keep doing this. You have to keep streaming. You have to keep talking about her because nobody else is. So we have a few people who we've even spoken to here today that continuously email us, they're keeping it going, and it's amazing. Like, I heard someone gave me a name today that I hadn't heard of. Like, have you looked into this person? I think they lived at Hope and Flower, and it's like, that's amazing. Like, the more people who give us these types of tips. So I don't know, like, it's possible that if the person had sent that to the police department, like, the police would actually interview them, but I just don't trust that they'll even try. But with that being said, there's nothing in us that don't want to share this information with the police. We've repeatedly reached out to them and given them a long list of names, so that they could do their own research. But yeah, we just haven't heard back. I never received a call back from my initial calls when I first found some information. So, oh my gosh, language barriers. LA. So I've been told that I have a really thick Canadian accent, and I've never
And what did I
heard
say to
that.
you the other day? I'm like, you better get rid of that
It's not an
before you get to
no
LA.
Canadian has ever
It's
said
an A. It's A.
Yeah, A.
A?
A?
It's
Oh my
adorable. You don't have to stop being who you are.
I mean,
LA, not LA.
LA.
LA. LA.
How do you say it? LA?
LA. Let's get some tacos in LA.
LA. Anyway, I'll learn. I'll come back fully.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen that.
Los
Tacos
Angeles.
in LA. It's from a TV show.
No. Yeah, someone.
It was
paid off
Letterkenny, I
to
believe.
walk away.
It
Was
actually Letterkenny.
it? I've actually only watched a couple episodes
That's
of Letterkenny.
why. That makes
But I
sense. Canada. That's
Well,
why.
but that okay.
Some tacos in LA.
I'm going to take this opportunity just to say that the people on that show are. I've literally never met people that hick in, like, that's Northern Ontario. Okay, like, no one speaks like that normally everywhere else. Like, in Vancouver, you won't see it unless someone literally just came and from Northern Ontario, or like from Newfoundland, or like Cape Breton, Nova Scotia. If you speak to them, they sound like they're from Ireland. Literally, my Nana was from Cape Breton, and she spoke like an Irish woman, and she's fully, like, born in Canada. Anyway, that's enough for Canadian geography for today. But apparently, yeah, I have a thick Canadian accent, so there you go. Kimberly loves Letterkenny. That is so funny. Okay.
I know, so do I. Oh my goodness, I love
well, I'm
Letterkenny.
so
She probably
glad.
doesn't so much, but I do. Let's. I'm gonna go up here a little further and see if we missed. We'll go down the list and see if there's any comments.
Yeah.
You guys call in.
Yeah, call
if
in
you'd like
here.
to,
I'll
please do.
post the Oh, that's the change.
And you don't have to show your face or anything.
I'll post the link. No, you don't have to show your face. You can
We'd love to hear you. Even if they're just
you can
thoughts.
put in
we'd
an
love to
auto
hear them.
tuner for your voice, or change it to very low, or something if you don't want us to know who you are. But yeah. Did you miss a question? Otherwise, I think we have
No, I don't think
another question. That
Great.
is, so I'm from Surge. I am from well, technically, I was born in New Brunswick in the 80s, and grew up in Ontario, in southern Ontario, like not far from Toronto. Then went to school back in New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, Halifax, one of my favorite places in the entire world, and have lived in Vancouver for the last several years. So I love Vancouver. It's awesome.
People always ask me, like, what part of Canada? I'm like, I don't know, but it's 3 hours away. Like, by plane.
It's
I say Vancouver. I say Vancouver.
1.5
but I
hour
don't know.
flight. I don't know why you keep making it
I don't
longer.
even know.
But it's on the west
But
coast. Like, it's as west as you can possibly get, essentially.
You
Except
sent
for
me that map,
Vancouver
and I'm
Island.
like, it's right there. Like, it's
Yeah.
go up the
I
coast.
could drive if I wanted, but I ain't gonna.
Like, I don't know why we're not all the same country. Like, I like your country a lot better sometimes.
Well, I don't know. Canadians might
We're
protest
the
that.
annoying neighbors that live downstairs, and then downstairs
The
like
dumpster fire.
apartment. Yeah, the dumpster fire that lives downstairs.
No offense. Greenland, Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia's so cute. If you can ever visit
Okay,
in
now
the
where's
summer,
Nova
go.
Scotia? I'm not great.
Nova
with
Scotia is on the exact opposite coast. So it's on the east coast of Canada. So a lot of people in Canada call Toronto the east coast, but it's not because it's not even on a coast.
So, but it's still
Look
Canada,
at a map.
right?
Nova Scotia is on water. You can oh yeah, it's on the other end though. Like it's a very
it's like New
long
York
way
for
from
us.
here.
Oh my goodness.
Sure. I didn't realize he was that close. It's about time for their
He
walk,
has
but we have
such a
some more
big head.
questions. He does have a big
Oh my
head.
gosh, he is so cute.
You can see
he
his
is
eyelashes.
so cute.
Look at his eyelashes.
I know.
Yeah.
I want his eyelashes. Okay, so
Okay, sorry.
before we
Yes.
get let's answer everything before we get to the big
Okay. Yes.
the big
Yeah,
one.
got it.
Okay, we'll
Yeah.
do that last. Any update on the range? Let's see. Any update on the Range Rover? Is that what you're asking?
I think so. RR. Yeah.
Okay.
Range Rover.
So the Range Rover was found November 4th.
4th.
Was that correct? November 4th, the LE reported in an underground parking structure a few blocks away. Not sure if that's true or not, but that's just what they told the public. So that's the official information that we've been given. We were given that. Actually,
Yes.
I believe I was the day that they released that. I was also, they released that in the evening. I was in LA that afternoon, but they released it December 7th or something like that, right around there. But I was actually there the 4th of November and the 4th of December, and I know I mean I have video of walking right by it, parked across the street. So,
And
who
you have
knows?
verified that it was her car based on
Correct.
very specific scratches that were on it that somebody else close to Heidi knew of them.
Yes,
They said
The
right
front-
away, yes, that's
Yeah.
the Range
the front
Rover.
license plate had been taken off, and it was backed up into. I didn't even look at the back license plate because I didn't think of it at the time. I was literally walking and just getting footage of the area, and we didn't notice it until afterwards. But yeah, it has been found. We have been told, have not verified this. We have been told that nothing was found in the car, no phone, no purse. But that's not verified information. But that is what we believe. I believe, based on what I've heard. So
And also, we know that the Range Rover was held. Did they ever get the Range Rover out?
Oh,
So
what's
the-
that update? Oh, okay.
Ugh, yeah,
maybe
that's the whole
what she
other thing.
means. Don't know. Last I heard, they have not gotten it back. So, but we don't, and we have no idea whether or not these letters will help get the vehicle back or not. So, but I will ask. I will definitely ask.
Did Ellie take the car after it has been found? They actually they took it and then they put it in a towing parking lot, a private one that's been known to gouge people. So one example is on Yelp. Someone posted that their car had been stolen. The police found it and then put it in this towing yard. And then the towing yard, no one called the person whose car had been stolen. Sat there for a week. And then they went to try and get it out after finding out it was there, and they charged them like hundreds of dollars per day for having it stay there. And they ended up paying over $1,000 to get their car back. And it had been like that to me is just unbelievable. And so this is the same towing yard that Heidi's car was placed in.
Right.
So.
Not her car, a different car, but yes. Yeah.
Yeah, different car, but same company. Is there anything else we want to talk about Canada?
Let's see. Okay, well, okay, thoughts too. We asked for your thoughts, so I'm going to post a thought. How about this one? Well, no, I'm not ready to get into that yet. How about this one?
Perhaps when you're afraid, or like they've been. Oh yeah, when we talked about that.
Oh, did we already?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
I don't think the media has been paid, but it's possible. I don't know what they're. See, it's interesting here because in Canada it's illegal to say anything that's not true on news. Like we wouldn't be able to have a Fox News here. Like it would be literally illegal. So and it's just different in the US, just
really?
in the way. Yeah.
So you don't have like Inside Edition or anything like that, or?
Oh, we have like I'm just saying like the news, like Fox News, for example. I'm just using a very obvious example. They'll talk about things that are blatantly, like clearly untrue. Like you can Google it in 2 seconds and prove that it's false. But if you could be fined a very heavy-handed fine if you were to do that in Canada. It's part of the law that you're not allowed to talk about things that are not true. So because of that, like, and we deal with a lot of things differently. Like you can't pay people to be part of research. You can't pay people to donate blood. You can't do, lots of these types of things. So, I don't know if it's legal to pay media to
That's true.
talk about a news story or not. But in Canada,
I
it's
don't
not.
think on like the nightly news, but on like news shows, like NBC, like to be interviewed by Diane Sawyer, or you know what I'm saying, somebody like that. Like I guess she's kind of that dates me right there, but but you know what I mean. I don't know. I don't think you get paid for those. I'm not sure. But so if they will, go back to that one.
Yeah. So the new. Sorry. I'm sorry.
I wanted to answer that. She asked about the document. Like, here we go.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
have they commented
okay.
on if they will make a comment in the documentary? We have not asked them yet, but we will be.
It might be one of those situations where, like, we reached out to the documentary people,
or right, the people that we are working with. One of us definitely will be approaching them. Mm-hmm. So we'll see what they have to say. They may not like us too much after a lot of the things the truths that we have uncovered, but we'll see. Hopefully they will. Hopefully they will. If Ellie actually did provide an update, no doubt the media would pick up the story. Exactly.
That's absolutely true. We know that
100%.
We still have reporters reaching out to us. Hey, anything new? Like anything you can share?
I just talked to one today.
Yeah. Oh, Alex?
Yeah, he's in the UK.
Oh, he's in the UK.
Covering something.
Called him. I was like, I'm sorry, it's 11 a.m. here. And he's like, yeah, it's 11 a.m. here too. I'm like, yeah. I thought you were in the UK. He's like, no, just because I have an accent.
No, he is now though.
Yeah, he is. Okay. Yeah, it just made me think of that.
So, yeah, agreed. And that's obviously not what they want. Why is that? I don't know. Why have they not put a reward out? I don't know. Why have they not given an update as to we have nothing? We are putting this case aside for the moment, or we have nothing, or we have something. We can't reveal that information at the time.
Give us information. Word. Nothing. Just tweet it. tweet her name. By the
There you
way,
go.
still missing.
No.
Like if you have any information, please contact that. No, nothing. Zilch.
But there are like 30 a day of other, people that, murders and missing people, which of course I'm so grateful they do that, but they need to do it with Heidi and missing.
Yeah.
My opinion.
I wish anyone with a lot of money could donate, even a little bit to try and, source some information. But nope, apparently all the people with deep pockets surrounding Heidi in her life couldn't be, I don't know. It just is very frustrating to know that, Let's move on.
So, and then that's true. LA
Making me mad.
has such a high percentage of unsolved cases that it's pathetic. They also have a high percentage of corruption. They also have a very negative reputation, and I'm going to stand by that reputation until or unless they step forward and help with Heidi. So that's all I have to say on that.
Mm-hmm. Actually, this is the one I meant to put up. Wonder if they're protecting themselves. I don't know. Or something more, and they're protecting those people. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess, in the documentary.
Yeah, exactly. Stay tuned.
We're not going to leave any stone unturned.
I wonder that too, Sofa. I wonder the same thing. I think it's a little of both, but that's just speculation in my opinion. But definitely believe it's both. Yep.
Right.
No one needs.
Okay, we got some Twitter questions. Did we want to go through that?
Sure, Allie wants to come back on.
Yay.
I wanted to backtrack a little bit to the law enforcement thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm pretty
I read
sure
what you
unless
wrote.
it's like so when you have an active case, I'm pretty sure they're bound by legality that they can't speak on a case that's active.
They speak on cases all the time.
Unless
They're
it's a
open.
press release.
Right. They have made no
But
press
they
release.
haven't done anything, so I was just saying I doubt that they're going to see anything on a documentary when they aren't even updating the public.
Right.
Once it becomes a cold case, they can. And I'm to be honest, this is pretty much a cold case. I mean, it's not, but in the public eye, it is.
Right.
No one's talking about it. Who else is talking about it? And please, people, I don't. It doesn't matter who you are, whether you like us or not. I don't care. Talk about it.
Tweet her name.
Talk about it.
Make people Google
Share
it.
her name. This is a woman who is missing.
Oh, and by the way, she's not 39. She's 38.
38. What is that? You can verify her age? I'm telling you. There have been so many missteps in this case that it really makes me doubt the integrity of our police force, local police force.
I think if anybody's new,
Thank you, Kimberly.
Yeah, thank you.
and they really want to deep dive your thoughts on what possibly could be surrounding this as far as law enforcement's involvement, I think that the Jason Galanis video would be a good one to go back to and watch. So I'm just going to throw that out
Derek Lennis.
Derek.
there. Or Derek. Why do I keep doing that? Dang it.
Well, it's his brother.
No,
and
we're,
Derek.
That is
we're
the
getting,
second
we'll be
time
getting,
I've
we'll
done
be
that.
diving deep into that in a few minutes. But,
Yes,
Yeah,
that is actually very timely.
I'm
What do you
sorry,
say?
Derek, if you're here tonight watching. I did
He's
this
probably like,
when he was on, too. I did it when he was on, too. Oh, my goodness.
So, Sarah, can I answer this? I'm sorry, I'm gonna answer this real quick, Mo. I thought that for a long time. And if you've noticed, we haven't gone live in a while because we've been keeping things close to the vest that we will continue to keep close to the vest because we don't want to do any harm to the investigation, any investigation that could possibly be going on, or other things and possibilities that could be what happened to her. Yeah, some things do take a while.
Hey.
Here's the thing: if they don't want interference, then they need to keep people who are interested and people who are vested in the case, which would be her friends and family, notified of things, which they have not done. So close to the vest and then updating family are two completely different things. They don't have to even give details. So that's exactly what we're trying to say. No details. Just let us know that you're still working. Because if we did, we would probably, we would stop. We don't want to interfere with anything, and I don't think we are. I don't think we have. Obviously, we haven't, because we haven't heard anything from anybody.
Well, and we've, a lot of the
way, at least.
bombshell things that we've mentioned, we've talked to the police.
Yes, we have
before.
Spoken with that. Right.
Yeah, we're not.
They haven't stopped us from bringing it out. It is sad. It's sad that the family's not updated. It's sad that they're. It's not right. And if you have anything, if you have further explanation, that would be amazing, Sarah. With my Amulet, Keisha was quiet for a while. It took some helping get the family a bridge gap them every 2 weeks, and we would get updates. They do. I do know that Jim calls and speaks with somebody at least twice a week. Nothing that we're told, at least, or that the friends are told, or the family members that we deal with, which is, as far as we know, her mom has heard nothing either. You can't get any more family than mom, so, but we don't know. We don't know what's going on with them. But we will keep pushing until we get word either way. If they want us to stop and they want us out of the way, they will let us know, I believe. Right? And that's not happened. So.
I would imagine. Yeah.
I'm sure they want us out of the way. I'm pretty sure they definitely want us out of the way, but not enough that it's harming the investigation.
Yeah. Okay. Has anyone reached out to
But
Judy
the family
Ron?
does have a relationship with the police.
Judy Ron or Chris?
Sarah, but definitely email us any information that you think might be helpful, and we'll pass it on. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Do we want to move on to Twitter questions before we talk about the big thing?
Let's see. We have anything up here? I don't think so. Anybody else with any questions before we go off on a really interesting tangent?
Well, so we have the Twitter
minutes,
questions about. I would want to know if her normal past vacations dog sitter for Seven was in downtown LA. If so, has anyone spoken to him or her or they?
Unaware.
Yeah, we don't know. That's a good question. If you know of anything, please let us know. Did Heidi ever speak to and or line the dog sitter up for her upcoming trip to New York? Oh, right, for Boston. Not that we know of. No. And where's Sugarman hiding himself and the stolen assets these days? We have some ideas. We'll get into that.
Any one of the 3 bazillion.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, any one of the 3 bazillion shell corporations,
LLCs, maybe. Yeah, that are open for like 2 months and then they pass on the. But yeah, we'll find out. We're following the money.
We are following the money, and it's taking us some crazy places. So we shall see. And I know that there was a question about who's her boyfriend.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So I'll let you take that one, Mo.
Naeem?
Yeah. Who was not her boy? So
I don't know. They apparently hadn't been together for a couple of months, right?
Right.
Before. But they were still amicable. They talked all the time. They, were close. This is what we hear. And she was texting him like cryptic messages before she went missing.
which seemed to be her style.
I mean, she
sorta.
was very private, right?
No, what
So-
I'm saying is like on her social media, we've seen stuff like maybe what does this mean? The messages, the child Facebook
Right.
messages for the children's account, those
Yeah.
types of things.
Yeah.
Very bizarre, like very cryptic is the word that has been used. So
Yeah, and just to give a little more detail around that, there are some comments of people who used to know Heidi from New York and stuff like that who received requests for them to join like the kids' Facebook right before she went missing.
right before and after. So it was,
And
I think,
after, they say.
so it was I'm sorry, 3:30 a.m. on the 18th. So 17th she went missing. Supposedly the last time anybody quote saw her, which we don't know if that's true or not, but the last time she was reported being seen was the CCTV at the adjacent alley adjacent to Hope and Flower. So it would have been that night. So not that night, obviously, but if that was at 6:22 and that's correct, and the dog was seen, what speculation, what we think based on what we've been told and our research, 10 o'clock is, I believe, when the dog was last seen. That's what I believe, because that's what I was told. And 3:30 in the morning, some of these people got these messages. So I'm not quite understanding that that whole thing, because it was more than one person. It was several people from where she grew up in New York, people from her children, Bond's friends' parents from LA. So it wasn't just like one group of people or one person. These messages went to several people, and we've read the social media that says it was very cryptic. What does this mean? Trying to figure out, what does this mean? My opinion is it meant something, because she seemed that's how she did. Reports have said that she did message Naeem saying that she was scared of something. We were also told by a reliable source that she spent the night of the 16th with someone who she went to for help to clear her phone out. She thought her phone was being tapped. She thought she was being followed, and it was regarding her work, whatever that may have been, whatever she meant by that. So interesting. The messages are very interesting, very cryptic. But that's and I've heard several times that that's kind of how she was, though. Like you said, private. She wasn't going to come right out and send a message or say something from her own account, from her own mouth, because she was scared somebody would see it. So,
If only dogs could talk, indeed.
I know.
Would love to talk to Seven.
Right?
Though I don't wish my dogs could talk, because they'd be like, "Oh, Mom," waiting by the door. Sorry, Lukey.
Yeah.
But can we finish off with like the big exciting thing?
The two big exciting things.
Wait, what's the two?
What do you mean, what's the two?
Well, I know the one.
Okay,
You mean
should we
the
not talk
two
about the other
associated
one?
with the one?
Well, should we not talk about the other? Well, I would like to talk about
What's the other one?
the sentencing trial, and I would like to talk about a little about the information that's going to be coming, or that's come out, or starting to come out little by little from the report.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we're talking about the same thing. I
Well,
thought
one's
that
the
was just the one.
sentencing, one's
Right.
the sentencing,
Oh, yeah.
and one's the report.
Got it.
which are both super interesting. And I did
Yeah,
put,
and they're linked, right?
I put a link. I put a link to
Yeah, you put a
whatever.
link to something
The announcement
from
video, and then did you put the LA Times?
I put a more recent link around the hot water for Hunter Biden.
No. One was from today. The announcement video is from today. That was from today. There are different situations.
It said it was published August 27th, 2021.
The announcement video?
Yeah, the report.
That's new.
Okay.
It just showed up today.
Well,
But
I'll
we don't
share.
have to share.
It has a date there. That's all. I'm just reading the
Interesting.
actual date.
I think it was a date maybe that they had. I don't know. Let's see what the announcement.
It just says it was
Oh my gosh.
published on.
It wasn't though. It hasn't been published yet.
Okay. I'm just
So,
looking at
we'll
this.
see.
That's all. Okay.
Interesting. That's when it was started, I think. So this is something that's coming out soon. Or maybe it has been leaked. I'm not sure.
This is very. I'm sorry. I need to take off the. Wow. That's Hunter Biden, guys.
The sound?
Oh my gosh. Do you want the sound? It's just very doom and
I like
gloomy.
Not bad. It's a doomy, gloomy report.
I'm Garrett Ziegler, and I'm a former Trump White House staffer, and that is merely 1% of the degeneracy, debauchery, and criminality that is on Hunter Biden's laptop that was drunkenly dropped off at a Delaware laptop repair shop in April of 2019 and was never retrieved. Per Delaware law, the contents of that laptop became the shop owner's after 90 days. My small research group, Marco Polo, has a copy of the laptop, and we want to write a comprehensive report that's analogous to the Mueller report on real foreign collusion. The Mueller report was a 2-year escapade that cost the American people over $15 million and found no collusion between the Trump campaign and the Russians. In this laptop here, we not only have foreign collusion, but we have money laundering, sex crimes between Hunter Biden and multiple women, including his underage niece. And what we want to do is something that every single mainstream outlet is not going to do. And they're not going to do it, and they've had the chance now for almost a year, because a lot of them have had it since October. What we want to do is for the historical record, so in 500 years, when people read about America, they know that Joe Biden, who was the Manchurian candidate and who became the installed Manchurian president, exactly how he is compromised. And his son Hunter is one of the most corrupt, disgusting members of any American first family in the history.
Yeah, we might not want to put it on for too much longer. We don't want to get political on this channel, but I will say that Jason Sugarman is mentioned in this. And as well as the tribal bond scheme. And we can't hear you.
So that's it. That's actually a teaser video. I just wanted to say it was released in August of 2021, but the report itself is released. Like they're
slowly
releasing
coming
it
out this week.
Yeah, it's slowly coming out this week. So go on Marco Polo if you want to learn more about that.
Or just watch the news. Yeah.
Or just watch the
now
news.
That they've started releasing it, now you have to have a whole thing to get in. I think unless you've been there before. So.
And there's a New York Post article that also talks about, hot water for Hunter Biden. Now this, I will say, this was mentioned by Derek Galanis during our interview that Ali spoke about. Initially,
Whoa,
when
what's that noise?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the noise is.
Oh,
Ali, I think.
sorry.
It's okay.
So initially, when I will be honest, when Derek was talking about Hunter Biden, I was like, okay, as if this is going to go all the way to the top. But now that we're finding some of the connections that Heidi had, we think it might actually be relevant, which is why we wanted to talk about the sentencing. Yeah. So you go for it,
I
Dawn.
will talk about the sentencing. So, Oh, and then we had a couple questions relating to this, but we held them off because of this. So today, after months and months and of continuances, Devin Archer, who is not only a longtime childhood friend of Hunter Biden, but was also in Camden Capitol with Jason Sugarman and Stephen Sugarman, attended his sentencing hearing this morning in New York, in the New York Supreme Court, for his participation in this scheme, the travel bond scheme. Although the probation officer suggested to the court that he receive a 3-month probation with no restitution for his part in the scheme, the judge in the case sentenced him to 1 year and 1 day in prison, and a $15 million in restitution to help pay back the Native American tribe, which has, I believe, been put on a hold. I do know that they're going to have to go after some liquid assets, so we will see what happens. But he's going to be paying some money, and he's going to be doing some jail time for defrauding the Native American tribe, as well as many of his associates. They have already been sentenced. And I don't know, we'd have to ask Derek, but I think he's the last to be sentenced. I'm not 100% on that. But, yeah.
Yeah, I'll also mention that apparently that Native American tribe is one of the poorest in the country.
It is.
So very nice.
It is. And so all the government money that was supposed to go to them was laundered through these corporations. Rosemont, Hughes, Bank of California. So
which
they
is
all
still
were
active, by the
tangled
way.
up in it. Right.
Yeah.
But they were found, or Jason Sugarman was found not guilty in the criminal case, but he does have a civil case coming up that we will get the information on soon. So
fingers crossed, justice served.
Yes. I mean, something, right? Hopefully they get some of that money back.
I mean,
this is one of the things that I was thinking about earlier. The people connected to this case are
untouchable. Supposedly.
Well, this case is in the sense of crimes being committed is more than just even Heidi's disappearance. I mean, this leads into a world of crime that nobody hears about because it's never talked about.
Correct.
And it's at a level of power that is scary when it comes down to it. And that's why it's not talked about, because these people have money and they're paying off, or they have dirt on agencies and other people that are keeping this quiet on purpose. And it's people like us bringing this to the forefront that are now making just a tiny dent in bringing this to bringing awareness to this type of crime,
corruption,
to the masses, to people that don't have a connection to that, so we don't see it. I mean, we see a lot of street crime on the news, we see a lot of petty crime, but we don't see this in the news, and
because
this is something that needs to be addressed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As in this case as well. But yeah, it's powerful on all fronts. I mean, the information is powerful. They are powerful. Mm-hmm. People are asking about why everything's been so quiet. There's a lot of power involved.
It's not going to continue to be. And too many people know, a very small number of people now know pretty much everything. So there's nothing you can do to stop us now. Truly.
And we will not go missing. If we do, everyone's gonna know who did it. So
Derek, got his name right this time, did make a great statement in saying that right now, the power of getting all of this out there is what will make a difference, both in Heidi's case and in the white collar crime that's going on around us every day.
Absolutely.
So share it, spread it, even if it's not our video, say their name.
Right.
Absolutely. Please. Yep. So let's see. There was a question by email Any more ties to Hunter? Details on activity, etc., etc. That was in a, so any more ties to Hunter and the Gambinos? Details on activity, which is basically what Derek was talking about. But I think that the Gambinos really, I think he meant the Galanis family. Which we already know that Galanis and Hunter Biden and Devin Archer are longtime friends. And that's, we found proof that it definitely links Hunter Biden and Galanis, as well as Jason Sugarman and Devin Archer, to what is now known, they call it the tribal bond scheme. Rosemont Burisma scheme. Keep your eyes peeled, you guys, for the expose and report on the findings of Hunter's laptop, because it will be released soon, and all your questions, hopefully, regarding that aspect of it will be answered. A lot of them, at least.
I mean, it's all tied in.
Jason Sugarman has been mentioned in that.
Yeah.
In the
Well,
official report.
with that said, I think that's it, right? Is that all the questions we got? I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
So feel
What
free to
about
send
Heidi?
us more
It's
questions.
all about Heidi.
Yeah, feel free to send us more questions. We have a anonymous form that you can fill out. We have our email that you can fill out. You can create a fake email and talk to us if you want.
Many do.
Yeah, many do. You can comment and we'll respond on YouTube or whatever. So, we are friendly. We just want to find out more information about Heidi. If you have any tips, even if they're, crazy and you just heard it from, a friend of a friend of a friend, freaky story style.
Yeah, we'll weed them
that's
out.
fine.
We weed out things. We double check, triple check. We dig deeper than anybody you're ever going to find digging. And we do have resources that help us do that and assist with that. So please reach out if you know anything, if you know somebody who knows anything. And about, as far as other cases, Deandra's case, Deandra Carball, please, if you know anything or have heard anything, if you've seen her, downtown LA, same area, please contact us. Contact the LAPD. Something, her family needs her back too.
Or if you have any other cases that need, attention that people aren't following up on, or it's new, you're not sure what to do.
Yeah.
We're extremely dedicated to helping, and we'll do what we can.
We are,
So,
and we're totally for working with other channels. So if you guys just,
and we don't charge a dime.
Whatever.
$2,000 according to some.
only for
All right, you have to
articles.
be an OG in this channel to know what that means.
All right, guys.
You guys,
thank you so much
all
for joining.
so much. We'll see
Thank you for your
next time.
questions. Yeah, we'll be here
Stay
soon.
tuned.
I got a question before we go.
We have an answer.
Do we have a picture that we can flash up here, please, of the missing person case that you're working on now?
Deandra?
Yes. I do.
So that people can see what she looks like. And
Yeah, because hold on. You probably do it faster, but let's see. Let's see who gets her first, Mo. So God, she's like,
Billy's going to make sure she can't.
I know. He's all excited because I just huffed. Oh my gosh. And now I can't.
I thought I had put. Okay, I have it. So, I thought I had put it up on the link in, but give me 1 sec. We will get Deandra up here. We need to find Deandra like ASAP, guys.
It's on our Facebook too. It's on
but let's put
Twitter.
the picture up.
Oh, yeah.
We have it. There we go. I'll put her picture up at least. Share my screen.
There we go. I'm gonna share my screen.
And I'm just putting it on my share screen. I'm getting all techie, you guys. I'm
Don't
learning how
leave.
to do stuff. I'm
I
so
see you guys
excited.
leaving. Don't leave. You gotta
Don't
wait.
leave. Here's
Gotta
Deandra.
wait for the picture.
That's Deandra.
Take a mental picture. Wait, it's coming. There it is. Take a mental picture.
That
She's
is
so
Deandra.
pretty.
Deandra Carball.
Yeah.
So pretty.
Mama cares about her.
This, you know what? There is though. Her family cares about her, and her friends. Her family and her cousins, her mom. We care about Deandra, and really, guys, I don't want to violate any personal. I don't want to go into anybody's personal space, being her family. But she needs to speak with her family.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what
There's
member of the
information
family.
she needs.
she needs it now. So.
Yeah.
And Deandra, if you happen to be watching, love you, and we hope you come home soon.
Yeah. Go talk to mom. Go to the
Please.
police. They
Anybody,
have
cousin,
information.
Jamie, anybody.
Email us, Modon Investigations.
There you
Text
go.
me. I'll give you my number.
You're beautiful, young lady.
And
so are
it
you,
wouldn't
Mom.
even, yeah. Yeah.
I
Okay.
want to say, as somebody who previously worked a case where it was still somebody that was actively choosing to stay away from people, if you're out there, just let your family know you're okay.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all that you need to do. I got very attached to that case, and she is alive and well, and I'm happy to report that. And I want that for more people. So I hope we find her very soon. If you see her, please let us know. We can relay to family or let the law enforcement involved in
Or
that
call
case
law
know.
enforcement. Doesn't matter. You can call anonymously. Whatever you can do, whoever you have to contact. I mean, I would say family first. They need to speak with somebody, or us first. We have constant communication with mom, so, and cousin. Please. Downtown LA, Macy's. Last time she was seen. All right.
All right.
There we go.
We love
We're
you
done.
guys. Yes, justice for Heidi.
Justice for Heidi.
Let's find her. Let's find her,
Right.
guys.
See you guys next time.
All right.
In the meantime, get a hold of us through email or join our Facebook group. We'll be happy to talk. Go take your dog on a walk.
Gosh. Yes.
Allie, thank you for everything.
Oh,
Love
Lord.
you.
I
Love
am so
you.
proud of you both, and I love you both.
We love you
And
too.
everybody in our group is amazing. You guys are all hardworking people. And yes, I'm grateful for all of you.
Thank you.
Love you
All right.
guys.
Thanks everybody for watching. Keep us okay. Please like, subscribe.
subscribe,
You guys, we
share.
don't even have 1,000
Hit the bell
subscribers
button.
yet. Please, it's free. Subscribe. Like if you like. If you don't like, thumbs down. But
Yeah.
one or the other.
Well, you
just
don't have
say
to do that. Just
say you
leave.
were here. Leave a comment. We'd
Yeah.
love to hear from you guys.
All right.
Thank
Bye.
you so much. Bye.